Well, what's up everyone? Mike here, Reconnecting Garage and Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. You guys heard this machine has progressively been getting harder and harder to start after it sits for a little bit. It cranks a lot more than normal. Sometimes it starts but kind of spit and sputters and then dies. If I cycle the key a few times, it'll normally fire right up and don't have any issue with that. So I am suspecting that the fuel pump is out of this thing. And in this video, I want to show you all how quick and easy it is to replace the fuel pump on your Polaris Ranger. But again, this is also going to apply to a lot of other makes and models because most side-by-sides have the fuel pump and everything in the tank and they're kind of in the same location. If you have a single cab, it's going to be under the driver's seat for the most part, maybe the passenger, or in the crew models, it's going to be under the rear seat. So let me show you it. Also, the fuel pump that I purchased was substantially cheaper than the OEM one. An OEM fuel pump was close to $500 for this thing. Found one on Amazon quite a bit cheaper, so that's what we're going to use. And we'll see how well that fuel pump holds up for us. Okay, so we are at the rear of the machine. Right over here, we've got to pull this out. I'll probably go ahead and flip this seat up too, so we can get a little, there's normally a black cover here, but I've got the sprayer controls in there. But right there, that's where it's going to be, under that. I'm going to clean some of my stuff out, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe around that ring there. Mainly just want to get all this mud, dirt, and debris out, so when we pop this ring and pull it out of here, we don't put a bunch of dirt and stuff down into our gas tank. Probably a good idea just to go ahead and wash this area before you're fixing to change this. So we've got a fuel line here that we'll have to pop off there. I'll show you why. And this plug here, there's a plug in just a few inches behind here that we'll have to unplug, and then we'll take this loose. Okay, now this, let's see, I'm not sure how this comes off, so we're gonna figure it out together. I'm almost wondering, does that slide up? Let me get a little pick or something I can fit in underneath this backside and see if I can pop that straight up. Okay, I'm gonna just try this little kind of 90-degree pick to see if this will work. Or I might have to find a screwdriver that I've got bent. That's how that comes off. Watch that. Okay, that is how that thing locks. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up a new one of those. This should just slide off now. There's probably going to be some fuel in here. You can pressure it up a little. Okay, there's that. And the plug in. Okay, let me show you real quick. The plug, if you don't want to remove that tube, you can pop your back. The plug's right down there. Get to it fairly easy from here. I'll just do that. Okay, that's easy enough. Now the fuel hose, pop it off, and this ring might take two hands. And if you can't get it with your hands, get your big pair of channel locks. Okay, there's what the plug looks like. Let's get that ring off, and the fuel pump should just pull straight up out of here. Get the fuel line out of the way. You've got a filter on the bottom. So that filter looks real gross. That could be part of our problem. And then you've got the float. Okay, let's put this on the back of the machine and have a look at it. And while we're sitting here with it open, I'm just gonna put some paper towels over this hole. Keep anything from falling down in there. Okay, let's look at the factory one. This thing only has like 3,500 miles on it or so. I mean, it shouldn't fail. That filter, to me, definitely could be dirty. Not sure how that thing comes off, or if it does. If you can see right up in there, looks like there's a bunch of trash. If I can get the camera to focus, right in here. Dirt and other stuff, grass. Yeah, look at some of that. Like grass and some sort of fiber. I don't know if the fuel filter was coming apart, but there's a bunch of it. That could be part of a problem. Whatever this stuff is. Let's clear back into here. You see that? And you all know what that is? It don't look like grass. It looks like some sort of fiber. Wouldn't think that'd really matter because the fuel filter sits on here. Okay. There's the fuel filter. That's what I'm talking about, all that stuff that was stuck up underneath there. But again, it should be pulling fuel from the filter. But I don't know if that stuff was getting up in here, keeping this thing from spinning so much. There's still more of that stuff up in there. I think it would probably work better if we put it back in there. Let's take a look at the new one. That was a whole lot cheaper. And I will leave links below to this one. It was got on Amazon. There's a ring, seal, and the pump. Let's see how it compares to the other one, the factory one. And well, this is supposed to be mounted. It's like down here. Slides in there and then snaps down like so. Let's go ahead and get the filter off. So this has one line coming up to your discharge, 3 rods, fuel filter. This one, which I don't think they do anything, but these are a Tygon tubing. You can see there's fuel in them, and then this one connecting it. But again, these don't go anywhere. You can see the top of that. Down at the bottom, you can see light through there. There's nothing that these hook to. Both floats look about the same. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in since it's new, but this old one, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it back up and put it on the shelf. I am suspecting with all that stuff pulled out of there, or maybe that stuff doesn't have any effect on it. But the filter, I don't know. I know I had some bad gas several years ago, so that could be part of that. Go ahead and get this put back on. Get our new ring and seal. Take the seal and just work it around everything. Right up into there. But everything looks the same. 4-pin plug. Plugs are the same. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get this one put back in. And here's the old ring. You can see it does thread on like a bolt. Both of those are the same. Size is the same. Sometimes you run into issues with cheaper aftermarket ones of things not fitting quite well, and you have to rob parts from your original, but so far all this looks okay. Okay, got the float stuck in. Float and the fuel filter. Let's get the hose moved out of the way. Okay, that's sitting down. We've got the seal there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this ring tossed up on here and just get it started and get it close. Your ring's got to be on before you can plug it in or hook your fuel line up. Okay, and that one on that front side was already poked out some. Don't forget to take your cap off. Fuel hose. Okay, that's on. Okay, let's poke this back under. We'll get it plugged in. We'll try it. See if it starts. Okay, that thing's plugged in. Let's kick the key on. See if we see any leaks. That thing is quite a bit louder than the other one. I don't know if I filmed earlier kicking the original on, but I could hear that one a whole lot better. Turn the key off and cycle power again. It's cycling, it's pressuring up and then kicking back off. Put this down here, maybe you guys can hear it a little better. It is definitely pumping more. So let's try and fire this thing up. Super easy, super quick and easy. No leaks, everything looks good. All right, I am glad that's done. We're gonna be leaving here in a few weeks to go on our hunting trip up in northern Missouri. And I wanted to get this changed because it seems like every year I go up there, one year is bad gas and sometimes I just have issues and I want everything working like it should be on this thing before we go. The other one, I will go ahead and throw it in a bag just in case this one takes a crap on us early. I'll at least have a fuel pump that I know can get me by for now, and I can change it up there. Simple enough. Little pocket screwdriver, pick, and large pair of channel locks was really all we needed to replace this. But I will leave links down below to this fuel pump assembly because it was substantially cheaper on Amazon than the OEM one. So we'll see how long this one lasts, hopefully longer. Let me get an actual mileage. Okay, we've got 3,615 miles on this. Fuel pump should have lasted longer than that. So hopefully we'll see how long this one lasts. Hopefully it's longer than the factory one did, but I think all those fibers that were kind of sucked up there towards the bottom and the fuel filter didn't look that clean. I think it'd be worth ordering another fuel filter and putting it on that other pump and trying that again if this one does take a crap on us. Well, hopefully you learned something. Again, same principles are going to apply whether it's a Yamaha, Honda, whatever. Most of them are located under the seat, driver's side or passenger side, but you're going to have a fuel line that you're going to have to disconnect and a plug into it and a ring to take off for the most part. They're all about the same. It shouldn't be that difficult to do. My longest part was going around trying to find some pliers that would fit on it, and I couldn't find my bent over screwdriver that I was wanting to use. But the pick worked. The pick, I think, would work better than the screwdriver, knowing how that connects in there. So that little blue piece was the lock that locked the fuel hose to the fuel pump itself. But everyone, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.